Hello, everyone. It is probably about 12:30, at least here in Eastern Time, and today is my Tell It All Tuesday. So I chose Tuesday because it's a day where everybody's a little calm, and I decided that there's a lot of things that many of you don't know. Not really, I decided. Many of you told me there are a lot of things that you don't know about yourselves and your body, your eating habits, your hair loss, your skin problems. So I thought that I would come on live every other week and share some things. So today it's Tell It All Tuesday. My next one would be Fun Fact Friday. But today we are going to be talking about the thyroid gland. I chose that topic because it is a problem in our society that is not being addressed. And I'll wait and let more people come on before I start getting deep into the thyroid gland. It's I have family members who have thyroid issues and for years had no idea that they had that because it's also one of the things that most doctors they don't check, or when they do check it, they check it with a simplicity test that can never tend to find that the thyroid gland is having a problem. So let's jump on in. Let me say hi to some people. Ramonda from watching from upstate New York. What's up? You know, New York is where I'm from. Even though I don't live there now, I'm still a New Yorker every day, all day. So what's up? What's up to you? Pink Silver Queens, hi. I did read what you were saying, that basically about you were told about your thyroid recently. So I want you specifically to take some notes so that hopefully when you are going back to your doctor, now you are armed with knowledge, because knowledge is power and knowledge is key. So let me jump on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Again, this is Tell It All Tuesday, and today we are talking about the thyroid gland. So the first thing I want to share with you all is what is the thyroid gland, and why is this gland important? First of all, it is a butterfly shaped gland that sits right here at the base of your neck. And this gland, even though this gland is about that big, it's a small gland that has a huge job to do with your everyday functionality of life. It has a lot to do with your metabolism. It has a lot to do with your moods and behaviors. It has a lot to do with so many very specific things. So I took notes. So if you see me looking down, it's because I don't want to forget something. So let me just tell you what I have here. The thyroid gland is an essential part of the endocrine system, and it plays a crucial role in maintaining your overall health. It's located, like I said, at the base of the neck, and it's a butterfly shaped gland. And what it does is it produces hormones that influence everything, practically everything that you do. So here are some of the things. One, it regulates your metabolism. So the thyroid gland produces a hormone, and those hormones mainly are the T4 and the T3. And these hormones have a lot to do with how your body uses energy, how it also helps with how it affects your digestive system. It regulates your temperature, and also your heart rate. So that's the part of the thyroid gland that has to do with the metabolism regulation. The thyroid gland also has a lot to do with have a lot to do with growth and development, especially with our children. It has a lot to do with from children to adolescence. It plays a key role in bone growth, brain development, and the maturation of our nervous system. So again, there we go. The thyroid, small gland, huge role. But let me tell you more that it does. It has a lot to do with our heart function. The thyroid, those hormones impact the cardiovascular system by regulating our heart rate, blood flow, and the overall function of the heart muscle. So again, very important organ. Gland, I should say. The thyroid also has a lot to do with our reproductive health. And I thought this one I'm going to go into deeper because many women have issues with their menstruation cycle, and it's because of your thyroid. And if your doctors aren't looking in the right place, they're going to tell you they don't know what's going on with you, but it's actually the thyroid. The thyroid hormones are essential for normal function of your reproductive system. And this gland influences your menstrual cycle, fertility, and pregnancy. So if you are a person where you can't get pregnant, you've tried for a long time, have your doctor look at your thyroid gland. But one of the things that I do want to say, when you're having your doctor to examine your thyroid gland, tell them that you want a complete thyroid test. There are millions of people walking around with a thyroid problem and have no idea that this is it. And the reason for that is because of the type of testing our doctors do. Now, a lot of times it's not our doctor's fault. Our insurance companies regulate the type of test our doctor can do in the beginning stages of whatever your health problem is. But the normal test that they do is very simplistic. And their results are based off of a numbers scale. So wherever you are on the scale, they'll say, so for an example, where you are, you may be on an in-between of, does this person have a thyroid issue that we should be concerned about or don't? So they, most of the time, if you're in the middle of this scale, they'll tell you, well, we saw something with your thyroid, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to watch you for a while. And that's unfortunate because now you're walking around with a thyroid problem that's not being addressed, and then the problem will eventually fester into something bigger. So when you do, and I'm going to share with you some symptoms of a thyroid problem, then what you want to request for your doctor and tell them, I don't want that generic test. I want a complete panel. And you have the right to request a complete panel. It's when you don't know and you just let the doctor give you this generic test, which is only checking the T4 and T3. The complete panel goes deeper. So when I finish sharing with you these symptoms, you might want to make an appointment with them and be like, don't give me that. You're going to give me the whole complete panel. So here's some other things that the thyroid is responsible for. Brain function. So when you have that brain fog, your memory is not as good, it could very well be because your thyroid gland is out of balance. The thyroid hormones have a significant impact on cognitive function, mood, and memory. That's a big one for us, especially as we get older. We're just thinking, I'm getting older. Society makes us say, I'm getting older, so I can't, my memory is bad, girl. I'm getting old. That's the story that they tell. But no, it actually just could be your thyroid gland. Our thyroid also has a lot to do with our immune system. Proper thyroid function helps maintain a healthy immune system, and it is crucial for the body's ability to fight off infection and disease. So if you're a person, you wind up getting colds and infection a lot, it could very well be because this gland is not getting what it needs. Now, the thyroid gland, it functions in a specific way. And there's two types of disorders that you can get from your thyroid not being in the correct form. There's hypothyroidism and there is hyperthyroidism. But before I get into the hypothyroidism and hyperthyroidism, let's go through some symptoms of thyroid issues, because some of you may say, I don't think I have a problem, but when I read this to you, you may say, okay, that's me. So first we're going to talk about hypothyroidism, which is an underactive thyroid. Here are some symptoms: fatigue, weight gain. And I want to stop at weight gain for a moment, because that's that weight gain that no matter what you do, you can't lose that weight. You exercise, you've cut down your diet, you've done it all, but you still seem to pack on the pounds. And maybe you are not eating more, but you're gaining more. That's usually because of the thyroid. Remember, I said it regulates the metabolism. So if it regulates your metabolism, then that means a slower metabolism means you're not going to burn calories and fat the way you should, and you will pack on the pounds. So weight gain, a cold intolerance, where you're cold all the time. Everyone's not cold, but you're cold. It's the summertime and you still need a blanket and long sleeve shirt. It could very well be because of your thyroid. Dry skin and dry hair. That is a big one for hypothyroidism. Hair loss, another one. Now, let me tell you a secret that many doctors don't know. When we have a thyroid problem, here's where we are mostly affected for hair loss: our edges. When we are bald around the edges, and not just the bald from, us doing foolishness with our hair, where that hairline is receding Going back, and also where you may be bald around your ears and maybe the back of your head, you just got this bald spot that just will never go away. That is a symptom that you are suffering with a thyroid problem, always. And I'm gonna tell you, I haven't been wrong yet. I have had many patients come to me for, because I'm a nutritionist, so they will come to me for nutritional things, or come to me because I am a nutritionist who specializes in hair and scalp issues. And as soon as they walk in the office, I'll say, have you ever had your thyroid checked? Many will say, yeah, or most will say no. And then I'll tell them, go to your doctor and I want you to get this test done, because the bald around the ears, the bald edges, and a bald spot in the back of the head that just won't go away has never steered me wrong. So if you have any of those, that could very well be your body's way of telling you that there's a thyroid problem. Constipation, slow heart rate, muscle weakness and aches, joint pain and stiffness, depression or mood swings, a big one with our thyroid. And that also has a lot to do with our gut. And I'll share with you momentarily how the thyroid and the gut, they work together. There's an interconnection with them. Our gut produces a hormone called serotonin. Serotonin is the feel-good hormone. Well, if your gut is jacked up, and then your thyroid is jacked up, then you're going through this anxiety, moods, and depression. So we'll talk about that too. Memory problems or difficulty concentrating. That's a thyroid issue. Difficulty concentrating means you can't absorb what you're reading. You can't absorb what you're learning. No matter how hard you try, you can't concentrate. It's that thyroid. Irregular or heavy menstrual periods. Remember, we're talking about a thyroid problem, but right now we're talking about hypothyroidism, an underactive thyroid. Infertility is another one. High cholesterol levels. Many times you may have high cholesterol and your doctor will say, I don't know, stop eating this, or they'll blame everything on your family's history. If your family had it, then they immediately will dump it on you that you have it too. But that is true and then not true. I don't have to have what my family had if I'm changing the way I eat and my lifestyle. That's how we change the way change our family history, I should say. A puffy face. If your face is always puffy, that is a thyroid issue. Hoarseness. If your voice is always hoarse and scratchy, that's a thyroid issue. And a goiter, that's that big lump you see right here in your neck. It's actually enlarged in an enlarged thyroid gland. So those are the symptoms of hypothyroidism. So now let me share with you some symptoms of hyperthyroidism. Hyperthyroidism is when the thyroid gland is overactive. It's producing too much of the hormones that you need. So weight loss, despite normal or increased appetite, you keep losing weight. That's hyper. Rapid or an irregular heartbeat, so a lot of palpitations, that's your thyroid gland. A heat intolerance where you're hot all the time. It's like, oh my God, please turn the air conditioner on, open the windows. Heat intolerance, okay, that's another one. Increased sweating. If you sweat a lot, it's too much perspiration, more than normal, that could very well be hyperthyroidism. Tremors, usually when your hand is shaking, could be from your thyroid. Anxiety, irritability, or nervousness. Insomnia or difficulty sleeping. Frequent bowel movements or diarrhea. Thinning hair. Skin thinning, where your skin is actually thin. And that happens, and you know when your skin is thin because when you touch it, it hurts. Skin thinning, muscle weakness, especially in the upper arms and thighs, eye irritation or bulging eyes. I've seen that where their eyes just look like it's popping out of their head. That is a thyroid issue, hyperthyroidism. And also that has a lot to do with Graves' disease. Menstrual I can't talk today. Well, your menstrual cycle is irregular, meaning you don't know if it's coming, you don't know if it's going, and if it does come, it stays for maybe 2 days, 3 days. It doesn't stay the amount of time that it's supposed to. Any type of irregularities, and forgive me if I didn't say it right, that means you could very well be having an issue with hyperthyroidism. And infertility is also another one when we have that. Now, it's important to note that everyone with thyroid issues will experience different symptoms. You won't experience all of these symptoms, so don't think, oh, I don't have any of them. Some may experience one or two. Some may experience a lot, but you're not necessarily going to have all of these symptoms. But if you have any of the symptoms that I just mentioned, make an appointment with your doctor. That's going to be one of the things. So what I want to also talk about is how do we get a thyroid problem? Where does this thyroid disease come from? One of the main ways we wind up having issues with our thyroid is by having a nutritional deficiency within our body. Now, a nutritional deficiency is so common. Many of us have no idea that we're nutrient deficient. Even if you think you eat good, you're vegan, you eat green leafy vegetables, you're plant-based, all of that, you could still have a nutritional deficiencies. And there's many reasons that can impact that. But a nutritional deficiency can cause thyroid issues because certain nutrients are essential for maintaining proper thyroid function. Well, if your body is not absorbing the nutrients that you're giving him or her, then that would cause you to eventually have nutritional deficiencies. And specific nutrients that the thyroid gland needs. One is iodine. That's a very important. It is crucial for the component of the hormones T3 and T4. The thyroid gland requires iodine to synthesize these hormones, and an iodine deficiency can lead to an insufficient production of thyroid hormones, causing the hypothyroidism, and in severe cases, a goiter right here. Selenium is a very, very important mineral that is required and needed for a healthy thyroid. If you are deficient in selenium, then you will wind up having a thyroid problem. Zinc is another one. If you are deficient in zinc, because zinc plays a specific role in the conversion of the T4 and the T3. So if you're deficient in zinc, iron is another one. If you're anemic and know you're anemic or just low in iron, iron plays a role in the production of a thyroid hormone. And it could, with you having a deficiency of iron, it can actually lead to a reduced production of the thyroid hormones that your body needs. And here's a big one, vitamin D. I talked about that before in another live video. Practically everybody says they're vitamin D now, because when you've gone to the doctor, every doctor has told you you have a vitamin D deficiency. It's like, okay, why? But if you have a vitamin D deficiency, it's likely you have a thyroid problem also. So vitamin D has a lot to do with, and I wrote it down. Vitamin D plays get my life together, Debbie, plays a significant role in your immune system's regulation, and it helps to prevent the development of autoimmune thyroid disorder. So, such as Hashimoto's or Graves' disease. A deficiency in vitamin D can increase the risk of autoimmune thyroid issues, particularly in people who are predisposed. So a vitamin D deficiency is also an issue. Here's a big one. Vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 plays a major role with the thyroid gland. And if you are deficient in vitamin B12, then it's likely you will have a thyroid issue. And vitamin B12, when we're deficient in vitamin B12, it can cause fatigue and a lot of weaknesses there. So these are the minerals that your body needs. And these, when you are deficient in these specific vitamins and minerals, it could very well start the onset of a thyroid problem. What I also want to address next is certain foods that you want to add into your diet, but I think I want to save that for the end. What I want to address also is how your gut plays a major role with your thyroid. We can't talk enough about gut health issues and the importance of your gut. It's been told to us, like I said before, 2,500 years ago, Hippocrates said that every disease began in the gut, and it's very true. Our science and our technology has finally caught up, and doctors now agree, many do now agree, that our gut is the source of where all of our diseases and health problems begin. Well, if we're having issues with our gut, from leaky gut to different things with our gut, we are going to have issues with our thyroid. So I want to share the connection of your gut and your thyroid. Gut health and thyroid function, they are interconnected in several ways, and an imbalance in one can influence the other. So here's what I want to share with you, how this affects. If your gut is damaged or your gut is not healthy, it's going to affect nutrient absorption, meaning whatever you eat, even if you're eating well, even if, like I said, you can have the best plant-based diet ever, but if your gut is damaged, then your body is not absorbing those amazing, amazing nutrients that's coming from your plant-based diet. A healthy gut is essential for absorption of vital nutrients, like I said. So if you're having gut issues, that means you're not getting that zinc. You're not getting that selenium. You're not getting that iodine. You're not getting that vitamin D. All of those crucial nutrients that the body needs, that the thyroid needs, you're not getting it. And so that's where the gut comes into play. If you have an autoimmune issue, that's gut related. So that could also trigger that. Gut motility, which means the thyroid hormones can influence gut motility or the movement of food through the gastrointestinal tract. So these also are reasons why. Another thing is if your gut is not producing serotonin. Remember I said serotonin is the feel-good hormone. The gut produces this hormone. Well, if your gut is not doing well, then you're not producing enough serotonin, which is going to cause you to go through moods, depression, anxiety, all of that. And that has a lot to do with it. And I'll read what I have here. I said about 90 to 95% of serotonin, a neurotransmitter crucial for mood regulation, is produced in the gut. Imbalances in thyroid hormones can impact serotonin production, potentially contributing to mood disorders such as depression and anxiety. So that's where that connection comes into play. So one of the things that I tell everybody, if we want to heal our thyroid, we have to first start with healing our gut. And one of the ways to start healing your gut is with a gut health test. And what is a gut health test? This is a test where it will show what's going on in your body. And what we're looking for when we do a gut health test is we're looking for an imbalance in bacteria. So your gut is home to your microbiome, that microbiome is a community of bacteria, fungi, and viruses that live inside of your body. And you have trillions of bacteria inside of your body. As a matter of fact, we have more bacteria in our body than we have human cells. And when this bacteria is out of balance, then it's going to affect the gut. So what I want to explain is how the bacteria in your gut can cause a thyroid problem. So although the gut and the thyroid may seem unrelated, the bacteria in your gut can indirectly influence thyroid function in several ways. So here's how gut bacteria can contribute. And like I said, we talked about the nutrient absorption, how the gut. So our gut microbiome plays a significant role in modulating our immune system. So if your gut system is off, your immune system is going to be off. If your immune system is going to be off, your thyroid system is going to be off. And if your immune system is off and your thyroid system is off, that means your liver is also having a hard time. That means your kidneys is also having a hard time. So this is why we need to start functioning with, let's check our gut first. And the good thing about the gut is even if it's damaged, it's fixable. How do we fix our gut? It's in our diet. Remember, it's the bacteria, fungi, and viruses that's living in your gut, and they live off of you. You're the host. But what you feed it is how it prospers or how it dies. So when you're eating a lot of processed foods and you're eating a lot of things that are not healthy, unhealthy, non-healthy, you are feeding the bad bacteria, which now they will thrive and they will grow and they will wreak havoc inside of your body, causing inflammation, causing all kinds of disruptions, causing an endocrine disruption, which will cause a thyroid problem. So yes, what we eat plays a major role in our diet. So I wanted to put those things together. I don't like to spend a whole lot of time on these calls. I don't want to take up a lot of your time, but I want to be very specific. So how do we check to see if we have a thyroid issue? Make an appointment with your doctor and tell them, I want a complete thyroid exam, not that simple one that they want to give you. And tell them, listen, my insurance company will approve it because I'm asking for it. If you don't ask for it, you don't know. That's the first thing. The second thing you want to do is you want to test your gut. Get a gut health test. And once you get the results from your gut health test, you can take those results to your doctor and make a plan. The next step from that, the key to health and wellness, is to change your diet. That's all it takes, honestly, is a change of diet. There's still some other things that can contribute to causing gut issues and thyroid issues. And I think I kind of hit on most of it. Hopefully you have taken some notes on some of these things. But, oh, I needed to list for you some foods. That's the key. Let's see. What did I do with my notes for my food? Let's see. Where is my food that you need to eat to stay healthy? See if I have that over there, because I don't see it here. I had a whole list of food. Is that my food? Beautiful. This is my food. So here are some foods to eat that will help your thyroid gland. First, we want to eat iodine-rich foods. And remember, the iodine plays a significant role with your thyroid gland. So foods rich in iodine, basically seaweed or sea moss, lots of iodine in that. Cod, tuna, they also give you a good source of iodine. Yogurt will give you that. Real cheese, not processed cheese. We're talking about real cheese that is actually fermented. That also can give you great iodine, which will contribute to the thyroid hormone production. Selenium-rich foods is another food that can help build up your thyroid. Brazil nuts is amazing, but when you do eat Brazil nuts, I would say anywhere from 3 to 5 a day. Don't just get a bag of Brazil nuts, because now you could overload your body with too much selenium. Salmon has a lot of selenium. Shrimp, sardines, they're all rich in there. So if you are a meat eater, you can get your selenium from chicken. You can get your selenium from turkey. But even if you're going to buy chicken and turkey, make sure on your packaging that it says that it is hormone free. It doesn't have any antibiotics, because you understand another way that we get gut health issues is from the certain foods we eat. If you're eating a chicken that has antibiotics in it, then that means you're also taking these antibiotics. And what antibiotics do to our gut is it kills off the good bacteria. So when you're looking for your foods, your chicken or your turkey, and even if for your beef, read the labels on these products for yourself. You want to start eating zinc-rich foods. Oysters, number one. Oysters have more zinc than you can get in a supplement. You can also get your zinc from beef. I'm not a big beef eater, but you can get it if you're eating well-fed, grass-fed beef. You can also get your zinc from lamb. You can get your zinc from, one of my favorites is pumpkin seeds. I even make a hair oil out of pumpkin seeds, because zinc feeds the follicle. Zinc brings nutrients to the hair. So pumpkin seeds, amazing for healing your body and giving you more zinc. Cashew nuts, almonds, all of these are great for giving you zinc. Iron-rich foods, you need iron. So you will get, red meat is going to give you your iron, but many people now are pulling away from eating red meat, and I'm okay with that because I'm doing the same. But you can get iron from there. You can get a lot of iron from beans and lentils. Lots of iron comes in chickpeas. You'll get a lot there. Spinach, dark leafy green vegetables gives you your iron, but we want to be careful with our spinach. We want to be careful with cruciferous vegetables with a thyroid issue, because what happens is our cruciferous vegetables, raw cruciferous vegetables can actually block the iodine from being absorbed in it. So when we eat cruciferous vegetables, spinach too, because spinach also has the oxalates in it, we want to steam it. We don't really want to eat it raw if you already know you have a thyroid problem. So those green leaves are good, but make sure we want to steam it so that we can actually help there. You also want to eat vitamin D rich foods. Your vitamin D rich foods is your fatty fish. Salmon is a vitamin D rich. Mackerel, sardines, they're good. Egg yolk has a lot of vitamin D in it. Yogurt will give you vitamin D. So those are the foods that you want to eat more of to help your thyroid. Now, here's some foods we want to stay away from. I mentioned the cruciferous vegetables, and many of them are what we'll call goitrogenic foods. So these specific foods, what they do is it can interfere with the iodine uptake. That's your cauliflower, your cabbage, your kale, your spinach. So again, if you steam them, they are good for you. If you have a thyroid problem, we don't want that. Soy products also is something that a person who has thyroid issues. So if you are a person at this point, you don't know you have a thyroid issue, but you notice that when you eat certain foods, you feeling bad, then it could be a telltale sign that you have a thyroid issue. So soy products also can affect your thyroid function. It can disrupt it. So be careful with soy products. Gluten is also a big one that will affect anyone who has a thyroid issue. So we're talking about foods with wheat, barley, and rye, or to be honest with you, gluten to me is all white foods, your sugar, your white flour, your pasta, all of those things we need to stay away from. We need to also stay away from excessive caffeine. So your coffee, your tea, your energy drinks can be an overconsumption of caffeine, and all of this will exacerbate your symptoms of thyroidism, specifically hyperthyroidism, and processed foods, sugary foods, cakes, candies, cookies, all of those, they cause weight gain, they cause inflammation. So these are the things we need to stay away from. So how I want to wrap this up is I basically was more concerned of giving you the symptoms of a thyroid issue and telling you the role that the thyroid has in your body. And so if you are interested of learning ways to heal naturally, or just to, I don't like to use that word heal. So if you are looking for a way to feel better naturally, self-care is my word, I would say you might want to join. I have a program which is called the 7-Day Reset. So all of this, the body needs to reset to heal. We all know that the body can heal itself. I say I don't like to use the word heal because as a certified nutritionist, I stay in my lane. The word heal is supposed to go for medical doctors. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm a board certified nutritionist, and I am a hair loss specialist. So, but even though I'm not a medical doctor, a Western medicine doctor, we use the word heal because we know that the body can heal itself in the right environment. And only you can put your body in the right environment. And how do you put your body in the right environment? Stop eating specific things that is in disrupting your body. I have a program called the 7-Day Reset. In that, we are resetting the body. Resetting means just like reset, we're turning the time back. We're setting the body up so that now when you go in to start eating clean, when you go in to start eating better, now your body will be able to accept the nutrients that you're giving it. Your energy level will change. All of this is because you reset. And reset is really just cleansing. It's getting away of things that we once was doing, smoking, drinking, sugary foods, processed foods. It's a reset. So I have a 7-day reset. It takes longer than 7 days to really get this going, but 7 days is enough for you to understand what you need to do and hit the ground running. So this is what I wanted to share with you today. I have a couple of questions. Someone said, is it possible to have both hypo and hyper? And yes and no. You wouldn't have them both at the same time. The body changes based off of what you're doing, what you're eating, how you're living, your stress level, all that can change. So yeah, there's a time where you may be a candidate, or you may have hypothyroidism. And then maybe a few months later, now you've gone from hypothyroidism to hyperthyroidism. So yes, it is definitely possible. Someone said here, can skin rashes come from food we eat? So most of our skin rashes actually is a issue with your gut. When we have too much of the bad bacteria in our body, we have toxins. We have more bad junk in there than we need. So yes, when your body is showing you things, when your body is breaking out, when your hair is coming out, those are symptoms. That's your body saying, listen, I'm trying to get your attention. You won't listen to me. So now I'm going to start affecting you where you'll see some physical problems. And then it's like, okay, now you see these problems. Will you listen? But most of us try to listen, but there's so much noise in the air. There's so much noise. Even on the internet, there's so many people saying this and saying that. So most of you have no idea what's true and what's not. But please understand, everything that I share with you is backed by science. There's resources. It's researched. I just don't come up with this stuff. It's like, listen, let me tell you, don't do this with your thyroid. No, this is science backed. So if a person is having a skin rash, that's the body saying, I'm having some problems. I have some toxins. I may have some parasites. And I have a 14-day liver cleanse, because usually a skin rash means the liver is having a hard time. So for the person who asked me about the skin rash, I would say reach out to me so I can share with you some of my other programs to detox the body. I will have below this video how you can sign up for the 7-day reset. And if you join up after this program, we'll actually take $10 off of the program. It's very inexpensive already. I try to keep most of my programs at a price that is affordable for all. One other thing I wanted to mention, like I said, a nutritional deficiency is usually the main reason why we will start having a thyroid problem. So if you want to know whether you may be nutritionally deficient, I also, in my practice, I also do something called a hair mineral analysis. It's where we take samples of your hair, because your hair tells the story of your life. Taking samples of your hair will let me know if every nutritional deficiency that you're having. Your calcium will be seen there, your magnesium, your iron, your B12, all of that is seen from a sample of hair. I'll also put that information below so that if you're interested in a hair mineral analysis, I will also put information if you're interested in doing a gut health test. And understand, if you do have a thyroid issue, I can walk you through this. And how will I walk you through it? It's going to be in a lifestyle change. It's all about the diet. We will put together a personalized nutritional program to clean, detox, and feed your body. So I hope you enjoyed this Tell It All Tuesday. I hope you've learned some things about your thyroid gland, and I hope you've listened to some of those symptoms and signs. And now we are going to make some changes. If you need more help and more detailed information from me, you all have my email. Please email me. Believe me, me and my team answer every single email. So I hope to see you on my next live. Thanks for joining.